Feliz Martes. Here we are, plugging along. So kind of today is like our review day. You got your first quiz tomorrow, so I want to tell you a little bit about what to expect and how I set that up because I haven't given any online quizzes or tests before myself. So I'll let you know kind of the details of that and give you a little time to review, and then we'll do a little Kahoot together to review. And then I'm going to give you some time actually to go back and make sure you're not missing anything. So that's kind of our plan today. So first off, let's chat about what to expect tomorrow. I think I've got almost everybody on. Still missing a person or two. All right, you know what? Actually, here's what I'm going to do. I was going to give you about 10 minutes to do some flashcards on Quizlet. So why don't I start with that? And then after that, I will go through kind of what the quiz looks like and what to expect on it. Hopefully I'll pick up just a couple more people by then. So if you want to go to today's lesson, under your current lesson, there's the link for Quizlet. Otherwise, you can probably just get there on your own. And I'll set my my watch here about 10 minutes. So here's the deal with vocab. Okay, I'll go ahead and share with you what you kind of need to know for tomorrow. All right, tomorrow is not a vocab quiz. Okay, it's not going to be a list of words for you to define. That actually is not ever exactly what I do, but certainly not while we're online, and you can just use your notes to look them all up. So that is not the setup of tomorrow's quiz. But there are lots of words from your vocab that are going to be used on the quiz. All right. So the more familiar you can be with your vocab words, the better. So the more you can recognize, the quicker you'll be able to get through the quiz. And it is a timed quiz. So, I mean, you're going to get the period to work tomorrow, but I think it'll take many of you that time. So you don't want to be sitting there trying to look up every single word. So that being said, it would be great if you could spend the next 10 minutes or so on Quizlet. You can go through your flashcards. You can play one of the games or activities so that you are as familiar with all of this vocab as possible. It will also help you in our Kahoot game, and I will be giving out some bonus points if you do well in our Kahoot game. So all of that being said, I'm going to stop talking. I am going to give you 10 quiet moments to go to Quizlet and see what you can get done. So if you have just joined my class recently and you weren't there to set up Quizlet, again, just go to my current lesson plan for the day, current lesson button, click on it. You'll see the link to take you to Quizlet. And if possible, if it asks you, I think it will give you the option to sign in or join my class. That would be great, because then I can actually go back and see that you are doing that, and I will give you some participation points just for practicing. Okay, so get to it. I have started your 10-minute time clock. If you have a question, put it in the chat. Otherwise, do your thing and we'll reconvene in about 10 minutes. Okay. So, okay, let me tell you about your quiz tomorrow. So it's all online. Part of it is multiple choice, and then there are some short answer questions. It will be, I'll kind of give you the period to work on it. You submit it all through Canvas. I guess, if you were in class, I would, not have you using your notes. I would not have you using your vocab list. Obviously, this is just a different kind of quiz. So what you need to do tomorrow is just show me that you understand, how to use the verb ser, what it means when you use it, how to use adjectives, what it means to have adjectives agree. And like I said, there's kind of some vocab thrown in there, but I would say the main two focal topics are the verb ser and adjective agreement. So, I understand that it's just kind of different at home, and if you have a vocab list out or whatever you have out. So you just have to show me that even with your resources that you can understand and complete sentences and choose the right answer and come up with some things to say. Just like in class on assignments, I just need to see that you can produce things. I shouldn't have to say this, but obviously I will. The Googling and the translating thing, applies. If you have to write me some sentences, I need those, to come from your own brain. So just keep that in mind. I don't know. I think it's 35 points. It's probably like 25 questions or so, because a couple of them are worth 2 points each. I don't know. Questions for me? I know it's your first quiz. It's the first quiz I've given online, so we'll kind of all experiment together. Any questions? Yeah, so some of it is multiple choice, some of it is like fill in the blank, and then there's a couple like short answer, like we have to give me a sentence response. So some of it can be graded like quickly, just by submitting it, and then some of it I'll have to go back and look at. But I think I should be able to. I usually get things turned around fairly quickly. Any other questions? Okay, so make sure obviously you're here tomorrow and you're here on time so that you have the full period to work. Okay, well then let's hope that since Quizlet wasn't working, that Kahoot is working, and we'll do some review together. And like I said, I'll do some bonus points for our winners, our top scorers. So let me pull that up for you. In the meantime, obviously you can use your phone, or you can just pull up a second window on your computer and go to, I think it's kahoot.it. Does that sound right? And give me a second. And I get you the code. I would ask that when you are choosing, putting in your name for me, just make it like your name, so I can see who you are, so I can see how you're doing, and so that I can give you some points should you end up in my top couple people. So first name is fine, maybe the first name and last initial if you want, but just make sure I can easily recognize the name you put in, please. All right. Hear that sound, you know it's coming. Here's your code. There's 2. All right, and you got a couple more people. You're not there yet, get there. It's a big class. Maybe another person or two, I think. I might have one more. Is that everybody? Everybody in? I'm not sure how many I have today. All right, final call. I feel like there's one person not in, but I could have miscounted. Buddy, anybody? All right, well, we're doing it. Buena suerte. Here we go. Well, good. I'm glad most of you knew that. That is kind of the theme of this whole chapter, Como eres tú, which is, of course, what are you like? Okay. What is your name? ¿Cómo te llamas? Where are you from? ¿De dónde eres? ¿Cuántos años tienes? So our focus here, what are you like? All right, let's see who is quick. Oh, Sylvia, followed by Zion, Jalen, Haley, and Unique. Nice job. Here we go. Numero dos. Little vocabby to dance. Who's been practicing? Okay, that's looking good. Most of us knew bailar was to dance. Patinar is to skate. Vivir to live. And cantar to sing. Any movement? Ooh, not from Sylvia. All righty. So we're going to get into more verbs at the end of the week, but esquiar kind of sounds like to ski. It's a cognate. Otherwise, we have nadar to swim, estudiar to study, and leers to read. So it looks like most of you got that. Oh, but Haley was faster. Good job, Haley. You are so funny. Good. Most of you knew gracioso. I feel like we've used that a lot this week. So deportista looks like sports, sporty. Guapo, good looking. And nunca is a word that means never. So nice job on that one. Oh, Sylvia came back. She's quick. Oh, Unique's moving up though. Let's see, looking solid. Good job. Sarah's used to talk about things that are permanent, right? The other three would be a star. How you feel and where you are. Always use the verb estar. So Sarah's mostly permanent things. Oh, Unique, moving up into the lead. Nice job. All right, pretty good. To be, I am, you are, he or she is. We've been doing that a ton this week. Ula Maya was quick though. Look at that. Okay. Adjectives must agree in number and gender. Remember, number is singular or plural, and gender is masculine or feminine. Okay, all the rest I just made up. Size and gender, that's not a thing. Maya's, hold on. About halfway through. All right, be careful, the tall boys. All right, obviously a little harder there. Saw most of you taking your time, which is good. Most of you got it right. Let's talk about it for a minute. All right, so remember in Spanish, we say it switches around. So really you're looking for the boys tall. Okay, so you got to start out with los chicos. So that gets rid of the yellow. All right, now the word for tall is alto, bajo is short. So that gets rid of blue. Now, los chicos alto versus los chicos altos, right? The whole thing has to be masculine and plural. So S is all the way across. Los chicos altos. Nice job if you got green. Otherwise, pay attention because I'll do some more of those, and there will definitely be some of those on your quiz tomorrow. Oh, Sylvia's coming back in the lead. All righty, here we go. The young dog. Okay, so again, in English we say young dog. In Spanish we have to say dog young. Okay, so you need the word dog first, so that eliminates the yellow, which is, it looks like, what got a lot of you. All right, then you just have to make sure the words agree and are correct. So joven is our word for young, not guapo, and not bajo. So that's it. Whitney, nice job. I think about what we've been talking about. What comes after the noun? Good. We've been talking about adjectives. I'm glad no one put the goat. So the adjective comes right after the noun. All right. So again, the funny girl. So in Spanish, the girl funny. Top three, holding on. All right, we haven't done a lot with our question words. Como se dice who? A little tough. Yeah, we haven't talked too much about question words. I will say this question word was in your project because your project was called ¿Quién soy? Who am I? So maybe you thought of that. Que means what? Donde, you know, means where, because we've been doing de donde eres. Como, like como estás, so how are you? So we will work on specifically on some of those question words again next week. But Kian is right this time. Oh, Whitney's holding on. Couple more questions. Oh, this one's tough. Take your time on this. Which word doesn't belong? Okay, well, that was actually better than last period. I had no one get it right. So these are words that, again, we haven't really reviewed together. So it looks like 6 of you maybe have kind of gotten to them on your flashcards. So these 3 words are all frequency words, right? Siempre, I always do something. A veces, I sometimes do something. And nunca, I never do something. So those 3 go together. Viejo does not fit because it means old. So 6 of you got that one. Oh, and one of them was Whitney. Good job. All right, just a couple more questions. Not a verb. Okay, so we are going to talk more about verbs later on in the week, but if you have been, I don't know, thinking about verbs in the past, when you conjugate them, you should know that all verbs end with AR, ER, or IR endings, right? So practicar, jugar, vivir are all verbs. Estudioso is an adjective that we've been working with. So keep that in mind. Stick it in your brain now if it wasn't there before. Verbs always end with AR, ER, IR. Whitney's holding on. I think we got, what, 2 more questions? All right, so that's much better than you were doing at the beginning. So remember, you always switch it. The girl's funny, so chicas has to come first, so that gets rid of green. Okay, then we need the word funny, gracioso. Oh, that's in all of them. So now we need to make it plural, the funny girls. So las chicas graciosas. Okay, it's all got to be plural all the way through. All right, see how we're looking going into the last question. Oh, everybody up there got it. Okay, so the last question's kind of random. See how much you were listening at the very beginning of the school year. Good luck. Well, most of you, thanks for listening when I talk. It's River and Piper. Sorry for the few of you that joined our class late and you didn't hear my description of my family. All right, let's see our scoreboard here. Throw on some bonus points for tomorrow's quiz. Unique's getting a bonus point. Lamaya's getting 2. And dun, 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 Whitney's getting 3. Good job, Whitney. All right, muy bien, muy bien. Oh, I think I have to make it stop making noise. Hold on. All right. Well, hopefully that was a good review for you. I would say, that many of those questions would be very relevant to your quiz tomorrow. So, I don't know, we have about 10 minutes. I am happy to answer any questions you have about anything related to the quiz, and then I'll tell you what you can do with your last 10 or so minutes. Anybody have anything relevant for the good of the group for your quiz tomorrow or in general? Anyone? Okay, so here's what I'm going to say. With our last few minutes, after I'm done talking, you can leave the Zoom. You can continue to work on Quizlet since you got cut a little bit short at the beginning of the period. You can go back to Skyward. In fact, I'm going to encourage you to go back to Skyward and make sure that if you have any zeros on anything, that maybe you'll go back and figure out what you're missing and why. If you haven't turned in your crossword puzzle, that was due, so make sure you get me that. And if you never did a discussion question, I think I accidentally locked that, but it's unlocked now. So if you want to go back and add your discussion question answers. So I'm going to give you the last 10 minutes to do any of those things, study for tomorrow's quiz. And if you have a question about anything, you can stay on the Zoom. Sound good? Okay. Hasta luego. Have a good one. Stick around if you need something.